Welcome to the Faster, Easier, Better show. This podcast is short, fun, and jam-packed with good ideas that you can start using right away.
Welcome to the show. I'm your co-host, Ellen.
No, you're not.
Whoa.
I was stealing your energy.
No. Well, that, in case you didn't know, was my co-host, Lee Silber. And today we're going to be talking about dealing with energy stealers. Now, these are things that show up in our day and they drain us from maybe mental energy, physical energy, could even be spiritual energy. They're things that we give our energy to, and when that's a bad idea because you want to be as highly energetic as you can to be as productive as you can.
Well, you can't kill them. You can't. What do you do with them? People that are energy stealers, right?
People, things, all of those. Yeah, you have to be stronger than them. So,
or avoid them.
Avoidance is a great way.
So people say this all the time. There's magic in the morning. If you don't get your morning stuff done first, the important things done in the morning, you will never get them done.
Yeah.
And all these other things. And so I started to look at what celebrities do in the morning. Oprah gets up early to do meditation.
Yeah.
Right? Tim Ferriss, the author and entrepreneur.
Oh, yeah, 4-hour work week.
4-hour work week, right. His whole thing is, he gets up and he makes his bed so he has his win, and he gets started before, everyone else is awake. He gets
right.
Early riser, another early riser. And Jessica Alba says she gets up, and the first thing she does, she even sometimes sleeps in her workout clothes, is get up, go work out with her friends. So you've got accountability. And these aren't energy suckers. These are energy.
Oh yeah.
Infusers.
They're enhancers.
And she's getting two things done at once. She's hanging out with her friends and working out.
Yeah.
So if you look at some of the best-selling authors, John Grisham, some of the other names I can't think of off the top of my head.
Stephen King.
Oh, Stephen King said he gets up every morning and starts early and writes 2,000 words no matter what.
Right.
No matter what. Hemingway got up early so that he could go to Sloppy Joe's and drink in the afternoon.
And Lamont.
Yes,
she's all about getting up and writing crappy first drafts.
Yeah. Here's what I'm getting at. So, to avoid the energy suckers in the most important part of the day, maybe we need to look at our own schedule. Maybe that early to bed, early to rise thing, that's what, I'm sorry to say it, but that's what winners do. That's what successful people do. Not everyone that wakes up early is successful.
Right.
We've seen, I see them walking around collecting cans, but they're good at it. But I would say that my first advice was to look at your morning routine, try and figure out how to protect some of that time so that you have time for you and time to work. So the time for you is the meditation by Oprah, and the time for your important stuff, the John Grisham would get up before his kids awakened. He would write that better.
Before they got up.
Thank you. Yeah. That's how he would have put it.
Yeah.
So avoidance.
Okay. And going with the avoidance thing is less choices. Making choices are energy stealers. Think about this. Let's say you're going to a car dealership and you're going to get a brand new car. Now, granted, right now it's hard to get a brand new car the way you want it. Because they'll come out and do you want cloth or leather seats? Do you want
leather?
Do you want 6 cup holders or 20?
20.
Do you want the undercoating? All of those things? What color do you want? By the time you're done, you've made all of these decisions. You usually don't have a lot of energy left because you've been what would be better? What would be better? Every choice we make in life requires some energy. Even deciding what you're going to have for dinner. So I would say have less choices that you need to make, decisions you need to make on choices. And how do you do that? Well, one of my favorite ways is you take the choices that aren't important, you number them, and you roll a dice. Whatever number comes up, that's what you do. So you're picking a color. Okay, I'm just going to number 6 colors, and there it is. I'm going to have a blue car for the next 5 years. You could do this. I know, planning a wedding. That takes a lot of energy. Planning any sort of event, lots of energy, lots of decisions. And that's a lot of energy being drained. Lee has a question. He's got his arm up. Come on, what?
Oh, I was just thinking as you're saying, numbers and colors and, maybe it's just what's best for you. You look good in black. So that's your main color. Mark Zuckerberg says he wears only gray shirts because he doesn't want to waste time thinking about what to wear.
No. Obama did the same thing, 2-color suits.
Yeah. Einstein, he only wore one color, the same colored suit. I think there was a few others famous. Not Perry Ellis, but Calvin Klein. Blue blazer, white T-shirt, khaki pants. Always. That was his look. My point is, maybe we just figure out what works for us and stick with it. I've said this before. I'm all Apple all the time.
Yep.
If I need something financially related, I go to my credit union.
Yep.
I've been a credit union member my entire life. My parents were members. I'm a member. I don't have to shop around. I trust them.
Yeah.
Because when I walk in there, I walk in like I'm an owner. Because I am.
You are.
I am as a member. You own part of the credit union.
Yeah.
They're not trying to make money off of you.
Yeah.
So know what works. The less choices you have could just be the best choices.
Yeah.
And then you stick with it. I know that sounds boring, and we covered that in a previous episode about how efficient people are boring. Yeah. In certain areas.
Certain
things that just are repetitive or that are not worth all the time and energy to make a decision, simplify those, streamline those, make it so you don't have a choice, and then you can have all that energy to use for things you really want to make choices about.
Exactly. One of my favorite stories is there is the scientist who made this decision years ago that when he goes to a restaurant, he will always order the second special on the menu.
Yikes.
Doesn't matter. He's like, I go in, I order the second item, whatever the special is. And he said 90% of the time, it's just fine. And he goes, it would be the same thing if I was choosing. There's going to be 10% of the time where I order something and I'm like, I didn't love it. And so you don't have to go with a whole restaurant and the specials. You could decide that anytime you go out for a sandwich, you're going to pick the third sandwich, that whatever they have on the chart, or you're always going to get the second salad or the third hamburger, whatever. But you've eliminated all those decisions. And think about it. Anytime you go out to eat, there's a lot of decisions. There's no reason to waste energy on that. Just pick the third one.
Yeah, I agree. And I mean, part of it, when I do a Google search, I think I've said this before, but I only go with the top 10. If it's not in the top 10, and not the ones with ads.
Not the ads.
I don't count those.
Not the ads.
Just the real ones. And that if it's not in there, then it's probably not good. It didn't make the top 10, done. That's it. You know what I mean? And then when it comes to decisions, I have my little filtering system where if it's between this and this, okay, well, I put a heart next to the item if it's, I love it, a star if it's, something I'm good at, a check mark if it's easy, $sign. And anyway, it makes it quicker. I use, this one clearly is the better choice.
You're using less energy. You've got a system. Protect yourself from the energy suckers. Make less choices. Use that energy for things that move you forward to make you efficient.
And get up while they're sleeping so they can't bug you.
Be with us again next week for another episode of the Faster, Easier, Better Show.